Hey guys, coming to you with a video today that's a little different. I have seen a ton of these videos done for the 10 things that you don't know about me. I knew I'm pretty new at making videos, but I thought, what the heck, I'm gonna throw this video together and see how it goes. So, just for anybody that's curious about my necklace, these are actually stones, and it's a chakra necklace to help align my chakras. I use stones and essential oils on a daily basis, and my favorite stone probably is fluorite. My birthstone is amethyst, which is really good for your crown chakra. So anyway, I love my chakra necklace. And then my energy is so strong, I've actually popped 2 bracelets. So I went and got the stuff to make them in a wire so that they hopefully won't pop. But let's get to the video. I'm sorry if I'm wobbling you. I'm just have you on a table on my phone. So 10 things that you don't know about me. These are in no, particular order. I've lived at 3 different Air Force bases during my hubby's career. Those would be McConnell Air Force Base, which is in Wichita, Kansas. Then we went to Shepherd Air Force Base, which is in Wichita Falls, Texas. And then to Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota. Let's see, number 2. For those that don't know, I actually am a scrapbooker, and one of these days, whenever I get a scrapbooking room put back together, I will try to show you guys some of the things that I've done. A lot of my projects I have given away, but yeah, I've got a few Halloween little mini albums. That's my favorite thing to work on, are mini albums, but I do the books and just single pages and things like that. So I honestly, excuse me, I never thought that I would be good at art. I didn't take art in middle school or in high school. I just never thought that I could do it. I remember when we first got married, I would even, as far as creativity comes in all forms, baking, cooking, scrapbooking, woodworking, etc. And I had no skill in the kitchen as well. And I've realized it is an art form, and I used to burn water. Seriously, I did. And now I love to cook, and my family loves for me to cook. And so, yeah, I just never thought I'd be any good at art. And when we lived in Texas, there was a girl that was there that I met through the enlisted wives club. I hated going to those things, and that's a pretty strong word, but I always felt like an outcast. And it didn't matter what rank my husband was, because he was in between the officers and then the younger enlisted wives. And so I really didn't have a lot of feeling of fitting in. I'm sorry for the light. It is kind of cloudy and really windy here today. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, she taught me the basics of scrapbooking, and I took it from there. And when we moved here, I did, you know, have, I went to a couple of scrapbooking retreats and things like that. I don't go now just because of a lot of health reasons, and I don't have my stuff together in a room to know what is where. So anyway, okay. So number 3, this is kind of hard to talk about, but it is something that has shaped my life, and that is that my twins were actually quintuplets. I was pregnant with 5 babies at one time. Yes, it was from fertility treatments. It was not natural. I mean, it was intercourse, not in vitro, but I lost 3, but my twins are beautiful and amazing and smart and talented, and I couldn't ask for anything more. But most women cannot say they've been pregnant with 5 babies, and I have. Let's see. I got married when I was 19 years old. I was an active duty military wife for over 20 years and have been married for almost 23 years. So my husband has been retired from the Air Force for about a couple of years. It has been a very strange transition because all I've ever known is being an active duty Air Force wife, and you get used to the deployments. It's not something that's good to get used to by any means, but with my husband's job that he did in the Air Force, he worked on the heavies, the heavy planes. So he could work on the B-1 bomber. He could work on the KC-135 refueling tankers. So things like that. And it was a very interesting, 20 plus years being a military spouse, and now I'm enjoying the fruits of my husband and my labor of that active duty time, and being able to settle down and retire and be where we want to be. I do have 3 daughters. My oldest is Sadie. She is 18 and she is in college. Then I have my twins, which are Kenna and Kenzie, and they are 16, about to be 17, and they are both junior in high school. They both do take German. My youngest, Kenzie, she's only youngest by 2 minutes, but still. She's in her 3rd year of German, and then Kenna is in her 2nd year of German. And if all goes well, Kenzie has entered into a contest for German, and if she wins the online round, then we'll be taking a trip to Chicago. And if she wins in Chicago, then we'll be taking a trip to Germany next summer. So, like I said, they're all very, very smart girls. They take after their dad that way. I myself, I have ADD pretty bad. Bad enough that when I was a teenager, there was no such diagnosis as attention deficit disorder. You had the LD kids, which was learning disabled, and then you had just the, hyperactive kids, which actually are ADHD 1 and ADHD 2 is what I believe the diagnoses are now. But back when I was in school, they didn't have that. And since I had such a hard time concentrating, my parents would actually have me drug tested. And I didn't drink, I didn't do drugs, I was a good kid, but I was always sleepy, and I was always having a hard time concentrating. And so, yeah, my ADD is there. You guys will notice it in my videos. Unfortunately, I will get sidetracked and I will forget what I was saying. And I completely apologize for that. It's not something I'm doing on purpose. It just happens a lot, unfortunately. So, see, I forget what I was saying. Anyway, so yes, my three girls, they're, the love of our lives. My husband and I are incredibly proud of how much of beautiful, talented young women they are becoming. And we just couldn't be any prouder. Let's see. Got married at 19, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is probably one of the worst pair of nails I've had in a very long time. This is plain acrylic with polish. I am a snob when it comes to my nails. They have to be right, or I am a complete witch with a B. And the only reason why I have these is because my last set popped off, the really cool orange and black ones. Yeah, they popped off, and it really ticked me off because I had only had them on for 4 weeks, and they last me at least 6 to 8 weeks when I, go get them filled. And I picked these because I'm supposed to be scheduled for surgery the first week of December. They're little oxygen O2 saturation monitors. Those things cannot read through acrylic nails, any kind of nails. So I was like, I only need something for 6 weeks, so I'm just going to go with the cheaper nails. Yeah, at least I have nails on, I guess. But anyway, I've actually had acrylic nails of some kind since I was a senior in high school. And to date and age myself, I graduated high school in 1993. I actually made it to my graduation in a wheelchair. We were at the school, all the seniors were at the school practicing walking, and we came out and, we were done and we got to leave early that day. Here comes the clouds again. And one of my friends, she had a little sports car that had the spoiler fin on the back. And I grabbed with my right hand, I grabbed the spoiler and picked my foot up and put it on the bumper to bounce her car, just as a joke. And she apparently didn't see that I was there, and she took off. And in that split second, yeah, my instinct was to grab, and I literally clutched onto the car with my hand, and she dragged me across the parking lot. This was about a week before we were supposed to have graduation, and I don't remember much other than feeling like I woke up and there was just a ton of people around. I didn't know who. The sun was just blaring in my face. This is in Kansas in, probably May the 23rd-ish. And my best friend was sitting behind me holding my head up, and I had blood coming out of my ears. I had rocks embedded in my leg. I had literally road rash all over my leg and my thigh area. My arms were really, really scratched up and had rocks in them. And I just remember everybody saying, keep your eyes open, stay awake, stay awake. And then I remember being really nauseous and them doing some testing and things in the hospital. And I ended up having a major concussion and a fracture to the base of my skull. And I was in the hospital, and it came to graduation day. Mind you, I hadn't had a shower or a bath or anything in 4 days. And my doctor came in, and I begged him to let me to go to my graduation. And he said, if you can walk 5 feet without passing out or falling over, then I'll let you go in a wheelchair. I got up and I walked, and then I sat back down. He left the room. I puked because I was just so out of it, and from the concussion and whatnot. And yeah, I went to graduation in a wheelchair. My brother actually pushed me in front of the stage to get my diploma. That's kind of a long story, just to tell you that I've had my nails since my senior year of high school. ADD? Yeah, gotta love it. Anyway, all right, so let's see. We chose to move to South Dakota because my great-grandparents lived here, and we wanted to let our girls... First of all, the base was, really, really good. We knew it would be a good place to raise our kids, etc., etc. But the bonus is that my great-grandparents, my girls' great-great-grandparents lived here. And we wanted to be able to spend the rest of their days with them. And we did that. I was with my great-grandfather as he passed away when he died, and I told you guys the story about my grandmother. So we've lived here for 12 years, and the thing about South Dakota is we're known for the Badlands, we're known for Mount Rushmore, of course, and the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally every year. And we actually can get to Sturgis in about a 30-minute drive, maybe. About a 45-minute drive to go to Deadwood, South Dakota, which is very, very popular and great place to visit if you ever come here. But in the 12 years we've been here, we have never been to a Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Not once. It was at first because there is a lot of violence that goes on between the rival motorcycle gangs. But the main reason is because the women especially, they really degrade themselves as far as I'm concerned with their attire. There's a lot of them that are naked, basically, with pasties and, painted on underwear, whatever. And that's not something I needed my girls to see at any impressionable age of becoming a teenager and then becoming a woman. Now, probably next year, we probably will go because they are old enough to know, okay, that morally is not on my compass, the way that, these women are dressing and things like that. So, yeah, 12 years and I've never been to a Sturgis rally. The biggest one since we've lived here would have been the 75th anniversary rally, which was 2 years ago. And we had 750,000 people come to the Sturgis Rally that year. Okay, oh, another thing about me is that Chief Red Cloud is one of my ancestors. So that's another perk of living here is I am actually about an hour and a half drive from the Pine Ridge Reservation. And for me, that's where a lot of my ancestry comes from, on, one part of my family. So I think that's pretty cool. And yes, I am registered Oglala, and so are my kids. My husband's family, his father's side actually comes from Scotland. And Scotland is his heritage, his Scottish heritage has always interested the both of us. And we've never had the time nor the money to go to Scotland to visit, the castles that were, in his family's name and things like that. So we decided for our 25th wedding anniversary that we are going to go to Scotland and go just rummage around and see what we can find and scurry up with his family history. We have mine, right here, and so we're excited to go do that. So those are actually probably more than 10, and I'll give you one more because you're going to probably be wondering when you see me talking. Yes, I have a chipped tooth right there. I don't, I have TMJ, and I grind my teeth at night, and I can never keep the guard in my mouth. The other thing is yes, I have a tongue ring. I got my tongue ring when we lived in Texas. I was only 27 when I had to have a hysterectomy, and I felt like that was a very life-altering surgery, and I needed to do something to feel young again. So my dumbass went and spent $60 to have someone poke a hole in my tongue. And yes, I am 42. I've had this thing since I was 27. Most people don't know. They are curious if I have one, but I don't, jack with my teeth, make it break the enamel off of my teeth. I don't do any of that. You can't really tell when I'm talking, except for sometimes when I'm really tired, I sound like I'm slurring. But yeah, I have a tongue piercing. This old girl has a tongue piercing and a tattoo, and I am completely fine with that because that wouldn't be me. I mean, my tongue piercing, it's a whole story in itself. It is. It's hilarious. And after I had it done, I was just a talking away, just like this. And the next day, my tongue was so swollen, I was trying to put frozen peas in my mouth, anywhere I could fit it, to help the swelling go down. Because my dumbass was talking so much after they poked a hole in my tongue. Yeah. Don't do that. You get your tongue pierced, shut your mouth for at least 3 days. Let it heal. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, guys. So, thanks for joining me with this, my craziness. I hope you learned a little bit about me. And I love watching your guys' videos when you do the 10 things about you. I'm probably going to do something similar about my lap band surgery, of what I regret about that surgery. And who knows? I mean, maybe after I have this revision, I'll have more that I regret or that I'm happy about. So I guess we'll see. Just stick with me on this journey. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I'm tickled pink that you guys even find it remotely interesting to watch me talk and watch my little Dollar Tree finds that I get. I have so much Dollar Tree stuff in my house. It's not even funny, and it has saved me a lot of money. But I also go in there and I spend a lot of money. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a catch-22. But, okay, I'm up to 25 minutes. I'm going to shut up now. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day, evening, morning, night, wherever you may be. And take care and God bless. Bye.